Hello everyone, my name is Zach and welcome to another World of Tanks console replay. Before we get started, I figure I should address this for future replays in case anyone has any questions about it. World of Tanks console does not actually have a replay system, so a lot of the replays you see me post up on my channel are basically captures from or highlights from my stream in general. In case in the future, when World of Tanks actually does come out with a replay system, I'll try to implement that in any of those videos, but we'll address that when that time actually comes. So, just as a reminder here, these are all replays and captures, so the reason some of them might not actually have audio is because I have to mute it because they're from my live stream. At any time or point you figure you'd like to know that, I'll leave a link down in the comments below so you can always reference back to that channel, and like and subscribe if you like the video. Just let me know. So let's get started today. We'll be looking at a replay from one of my videos in the past week actually, and we'll be doing the T-49 Derp Scout. American Tier 8 Light Tank. Of course, Console Edition does not actually have the Tier 10 light tanks as of yet. Hopefully that gets some kind of wishes. So before we get started here, we'll look at the lineup. This is actually surprisingly a decent lineup for a Tier 8 light tank, considering the T-49 gets the 152 millimeter. It's kind of surprising that I'm still actually in the middle. I'll be platooning today with Pop the Head, Pro Martinez, and Dai Pandu. We all decided to go light tank this route for this game. So it doesn't, most time people do platooning especially if you're in a light tank. Wolf packing is always the way to go, and unfortunately we do none of that in this round. This is as I said, it's a pretty good lineup for Tier 8 light tank. Didn't expect it out the bat. The chat in the side will pop up because again, this is from this is just a replay or a capture from my live stream. You can also catch this exactly as it is without me commentating, of course, on Twitch highlights if you ever decide to check out my channel. So we all decided to go. Myself, Martinez, and Dai Pandu decided to take the southern flank over here on G3, and of course, Pop the Head decided in his, I guess, rush to the head, he's gonna go scout for the other guys on the other side of the map because light tanks are the spotting for the team. Unfortunately, this didn't really turn out to be one of those games where we were playing with incompetent light tanks. As you can see, they also have 5 light tanks on their side. And I believe that one popping up right now would be the AMX 1390. Yes, it is. And he has clearly been spotted and is trying to run. I believe he actually lasts a little bit longer, but Dai Pandu, of course, on this side decided, I'm gonna go spot. Gets all the spots, of course. 3 light tanks in front of him. There was no way he was gonna survive that. J Panther coming up. Can I get a shot in just above the ridge? Nope, sinks right into the ridge. Unfortunately for me, that wasn't really it was a 50-50 chance, dealing with a derp. Trying to get a one shot is basically the aim of the T-49. For most of this beginning part of it, this is pretty much just a passive play. I'm not spotting. One of my things that people always get annoyed with me about when I use the T-49 is, hey, why aren't you spotting? You're the light tank. Unfortunately, I feel more like a very mobile tank destroyer with the gun. Will I take a shot? No. Decided to pull back. Too risky. Don't want to miss the T-32, and that one clearly shows a derp in action. Trying to take a snapshot goes veer. That was nowhere near the zip code of that tank. Let's see. We're gonna be moving over. Any shots on anyone? And at this point, you can see down on the eastern end there. Is he gonna get a kill? This time I'm talking about Pop the Head down there on the eastern with the tank destroyers, and unfortunately he gets taken out by the 704. Second shot on the J Panther. Will it land? Come on. You can do it. Aim. And another dirt miss. That's the second time. And at this point, I was like, you got lucky twice. I could have killed you in that second shot. Why? So, again, still being very passive. At this point, we'd lost 2 light tanks. That's half the vision of the team. Myself and I believe this one's Martinez down here in the M41 Walker Bulldog, deciding he's going to go up, try to get a little bit more vision. The I-6 is poking up in the back. I believe the E-75 is with him. And there's the E-75 taking a good snapshot. Didn't want to take the risk of missing because by the time the velocity on the shells aren't really good on the T-49. You know, the 152 is great close ranges. You don't have to really aim. You zoom by with the T-49. And if you notice right here in the top on C5 on the map, the mini map there, I'm actually getting assist damage because I'm the one actually spotting that AMX 1390. Waffenträger Panzer IV there taking him out. Very, very good of him. And at this point, I still haven't gotten any shots in. You know, it's rather odd that with the derp on the T-49, I still haven't gotten any kind of damage. Normally, at least getting one hit. And the J Panther again, poking up for the third time in the exact same spot. This time, doesn't miss, 440 damage and tracking him at the same time. But I think he used the repair kit to get out of that position because Martinez was right beside him. Didn't really want to take advantage, you know, all the guys in the back over there on the southern end pretty much can take him out. And is he still going to go after him? Martinez on the 59-16. Will he be able to get it? Oh, did not want to take a blind shot. It could have been a hit, but if you see, pay attention to the map, he's actually on a lower end of it. Didn't want to take a 50-50. Of course, taking a 50-50 with a snapshot on that one didn't make any difference either. Being that far away. I don't know why this keeps clipping off. I really don't. Sorry, the mic is giving a bit problems. So, after spending most of the game here, what was that, 7 minutes at this position, figured it was time to start moving up. They're all over here. Might as well just go for the artillery. And I'm already spotted because I'm in the view range of a tank destroyer. The Object 704 was already sitting on there. He did not move from there from the start. Still in the same spot. Popped ahead, actually spotted him earlier. So, quick dodge. 704 doesn't have that good of a reload with the 152. You get about like 4 rounds a minute. And another careless aiming. Careless snapshot there at the 53-55. Didn't manage to get it. At this point, it might look like it, but I actually disappeared. Waited for 6 cents to disappear. Moved up where they didn't even expect it. The 53 is reloading, so I figure I don't necessarily have to worry about him. Go up. Oh, look. The M40-43. One shot with a derp. 403. That actually did significant damage, but no time to hesitate. Martinez is getting rushed at this point. And the T10 and T54 lightweight trying to rush back. 5 seconds on a reload. Can I help him out? Is it? Oh. Am I able to? Sorry, Martinez, at this point. I couldn't get there in time. But, derp as it is, finishing off the T54 lightweight. Trying to get out of there. T10. And I was actually surprised and annoyed at this. T10 using heat ammo to penetrate the back of the turret. Surprisingly not damaging anything besides my tank, of course, but why use heat? You know, you get good enough penetration in that T10. Anyway, moving on, we're going over to the IS-6. My teammates, the last 4 of us all together, trying to get it. Can I? Sink one in, 311 damage and a track, keep him in place. Trying to rotate his turret, trying to get out of position, and Panzer IV with 765, S51 artillery, ooh, with that shotgun, and, oh wow, that was lucky, artillery missed him, shutting down the AMX-12, of course I couldn't save the Su-14-1, bit of a rush tactic, I went forward too much trying to come back. Of course, now it's 3v3, a light, heavy. Light versus a heavy, tank destroyer on tank destroyer, and artillery versus artillery. This is no way the way you imagine. Oh, almost rushed off there. Unfortunately, the M53 score in this shot on the 704, and the derp, his tracks actually ate most of the damage. He only took 106 there. Unfortunately, I should have aimed at the head, but rushed to the brain trying to get out. Not, he'd already spotted me. 704, killing the S51, but carelessly driving over the hill, suiciding, making this a 1v2. Will the T10 get a shot? Oh, and another spam of the heat. Of course, not able to hit a light tank on the move. Surprisingly, this time he did get me the first time. Is he gonna be able to try to get out of the view range? Come on, move behind the building. Of course, at this point he can still see me, and I forget. I was like, wait, gotta dodge. Going after artillery. Nope, nope. Trying to get behind some building, get some cover. And 6-8. Yep, 6 cents goes away. T10 I figured has very decent mobility. I figured he was gonna come after me. No, he decided to do a smart thing, going against a light tank, especially the T49. I'm getting up to almost 70 kilometers here. He's nowhere near fast enough to keep up with me. In some plays, it would have been easier to go after the T10. He had just fired, but by the time I had gotten up to him, it would have made no difference. He would have been reloaded. I could take one hit from him and keep circling him, but that's a risk that you shouldn't take, considering that the artillery can still get a decent shot off on you. At this point I realized the M53 is actually using the smaller gun. He was not using the 8-inch howitzer, I believe you get, which was I used to like using that, but the AP rounds on the howitzer just made more sense. So it was so he did get spotted. His 6 cents did go off, so he actually turned the other way. And I managed to come around because I wasn't spotted and finish. So, being back here, I figured might as well start capping. Will the T10 be coming after me? And no, he actually decided to do the smart play. Can't catch up to a light tank, might as well go cap. Now, this is one of those situations where most people would have been like, I'm in a light tank, I can reach the base, 30 minutes, I can definitely go and circle him in this sense. But why take a risk? I figured, you know what? There's at least 5 to 6 seconds of delay between that. I should be able to cap. But there's always that small delay between the timer finishing and being actually granted a victory, that it's kind of in between as to whether or not you'll actually win or draw. At this point, my squad mates were like, "Hey, why don't you try taking a random shot across using the mini map? Derp, drop shot. Well, the bullet drop, maybe it lands near him, splash him." We were dying because for the entire rest of this round, sorry there, for the entire rest of this round, I just decided, well, why not try? And we were literally, every shot I made, we were biting on, trying to be like, come on, just splash him, make it the ultimate across the map shot that the bullet drop would hit him or splash him. Because remember, all I'm using on the T49 currently is HE. I don't, heat is okay, or the high explosive squashed head, but I'm not really into the premium versions. HE all the way, whether you do full damage, you're still doing 300. So at this point, I just kept hoping just one shot. Come on, just one shot be near it. Bullet drop, come on. Give me the luckiest wish in World of Tanks to get an across the map interrupt with the HE shell. Little bit of thing here. As far as the timer is going, we have about a minute left of it. What do you think? This is one of those games that is so close that, as far as you've been in this situation, what do you actually think would happen? Do you think we'll all win, or do you think I'll actually draw? Remember, the T10 is actually at this point on half health. He still has more health than I do. I have 685 health. I believe his half health should be. Oh, there goes the replay as far as it goes. The download the game I was downloading actually popped up. But as far as it goes, make a guess. Who do you think wins in the end? It's one of those things where it can go either way. I'm still trying to make that shot and then interrupt, but it's a slightly bit of a spoiler. It doesn't happen, of course. I figured I was actually going to go back on team training and actually see if I can manage to do that one of these days. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and base capture. Will they manage to do it? Snatching victory out of his hands. This match was actually a victory in my end, which was completely hilarious. We were dying on stream. It was probably one of the most upsetting that T10 probably figured he had it in the bag for a draw. My daily double, of course, paying very good experience on that first. This is my first game with the T49. And quite a while actually. I haven't been playing this. I've been doing mostly the premium tanks. It was pretty funny to see that in the end, that 5-second delay almost gave him a draw, which I kind of have reasonable doubts with sometimes, which is why I said, be your guess. Is it a win or is it going to be a draw? This game, of course, being a victory, we managed to pull it out. I felt so much irony in it that I just kept laughing for a good 5 minutes after this game. I felt really bad for him. Their team put up a better match, but in the end, the T49 managed to come out on top, as well as defeating him in damage. 21 shots fired, 5 penetrations, and this is 21 shots of premium ammo heat. This T10 probably went so negative he didn't know what hit him. Unfortunately for him, I was just using straight HE. There you can see some of the silver earning. 68 assists on the Patton, 733-75, which is one of the more curious things about this artillery. I actually damaged him for 403 damage. His health is 400. So I don't know what else I did, or if he even if I damaged extra modules, doing more damage than the health of your tank is actually peculiar. But it does happen quite often. I don't know if that's a part of Wargaming's, one of their small bugs, but it's not a significant bug. You did more damage because you damaged more modules. That's probably an interesting fact there. The 704, unfortunately, what he did was lean over the side where him and the T10 were side by side. He actually leaned over the edge to get a downward shot into the S51 to kill him. Unfortunately, that left him to just fall to his death. That's was a 15-foot height drop. He just fell to his death, killing himself, relinquished any experience and silver that he made for that game, unfortunately for him. But 1,066 experience or silver there just for him suiciding. I do figure they should probably fix this. I get the whole self-destructing thing. I'm just not one big fan of it. People suiciding, you getting some parts of their experience, but I figure it should be more. There should be a more significant penalty for it. Let's go carry on with the IS-6. I was also curious about in this replay. Oh, look, some chat still popping up in this replay. The IS-6, I was a lot more curious. I dealt damage to him and tracked him. The Panzer IV actually got the 738 damage after I had tracked him. I don't think his tracks were repaired, but I didn't get an assist, which was really weird considering he got it right after I hit him. But nonetheless, it was still a great game. J Panther, of course, getting lucky 3 times until that 3rd time I managed to get him. And that's pretty much it. This replay was it was just a matter of who do you think won in the end, and did you expect the outcome, considering the passive play. It was pretty fun to play. Again, these are based off my live stream, so the video actually ends right there. Tell me what you think down in the comments below. Please like, subscribe, share. As I said before, these are replays off of my end any future replay I do, these are off of my live stream if you feel like you want to see. Monday through Thursday, uh, I'm on the eastern side, so I normally start around 8, try to go through 12. Sometimes I believe that stream actually was my 9-hour stream. That was one of the longest streams I'd done in a good while. So figure if you live on the other side of the world, you'll probably end up seeing me. But if you're on the eastern side or in the US, you'll still catch me on. I'm normally on from 8 p.m. Eastern time, Eastern US time. So come and check it out. If you like what you see, please again like, subscribe, give me a little bit more fans in it. It's more of a fun thing. I love doing it. So look forward to seeing you again. Thanks y'all. Have a good day.